And look, I just love that cover, eh?
My name's David Prodan. I am working with E4C, and as part of my work at McCauley Apartments in this neighborhood, I worked with the Learning Center to organize and promote a new little project called the McCauley Writers Atlas. It came about when Diane Semple and I were co-facilitating a creative writing program both here at the McCauley Boys and Girls Club and at Sprucewood Library. And we asked the community through a call for submissions to give us some writing, some photography, to represent sort of what you thought the neighborhood was. And we called it a writer's atlas because it was kind of a map or an atlas of the different writing and personalities and whatnot that make this neighborhood up. So this is the first press run of our booklet. We printed 50 color, and we're going to be printing a bunch more. And they'll be available at local coffee shops, bookstores, music stores. We'll send one to the libraries so that they have some in stock. I'm going to send one to the National Archives so they can have it in their ginormous collection of stuff. Basically, I'm really excited to release this. It's been about a year's worth of work, and very, very happy with the quality of submissions that we got from folks in the neighborhood. And folks who work in the neighborhood, it's not just residents. So I'll read one of the poems that I've got in here, and then I'll invite Julia Rose Tomlinson to read her story. And we've got two guests from Kitchener-Waterloo, Lindsay, Jack, and Janice, who are also here to do some poetry with us in the park. And essentially what we're trying to do is start generating interest in doing more poetry and music events in the park. Not just the giant festivals that you see from time to time, but just little areas like this one here where we've got Frank Spinelli. We'll be setting up a PA system and doing readings and whatnot, so stay tuned for that. And I guess next I'll just read my poem. And this one's called The Heart of Open Mic Night. Follow the lights up streets and avenues, feeling tonight this Pacific cafe. Here to sip good coffee, feeling wintry cool. Early evening, words and music rushes, slushes of cars past the storefront. Creative sparks, a map of our hearts, winding through the city. Somebody keep this going if I slip the local scene. I've got to know so well all about you. Thanks. Julia, feel free to say.
I always say I like to write, but I hardly ever write. So I read more than I write. But I'm always jotting things down. So I did sit down, and this story came out just like that. It was just like, you know how that is? It's just like if you make a piece of music, sometimes it's just like that, or just something creative, it's just like that. I didn't really have to edit it, I just wrote it. So I was feeling pretty down at that time and way better. I don't know what page I'm on. What page am I on? Oh, here we are, 10. So this is what I wrote. And it was half and half based on a true event that I kind of embellished. So, sticky white fingers. They're a noisy lot, those Aboriginals. It jars her nerves, all that hollering to Johnny or screaming at Carmen a block away. Just a peek's worth and the window blinds parted, then Ivy White's fingers brushed her lap of toast crumbs while thinking how she envied their camaraderie. It's not so lonely, she thought, the way they travel about the city like a pack of wolves. Some diversions away from her blinds and dark depressions were necessary. For her it was books, man-woman against nature, man-woman who changed history, or even a real good bloody murder. But she had to get up and going for that. So she reached for her gloves and the long one of her coat. 3 blocks past fortress-high snowbank, and she entered the library. 2 bags full, and she left the scanner and pocketed her yellow library card. Walking past a row of computers, she noted that one was empty. Beside the computer lay a pair of mittens, black, thick, fur-lined. Are they seal, wolf, bearskin? She was over the moon or rainbow, she couldn't decide. Her white fingers tingled, her black heart raced. Why, it's crazy out of rhythm. She looked both ways and grabbed the mittens. Not until the second stop sign did she look both 4 ways. Then she took off her tight gloves and slid all fingers, wiggle free, in those furry mittens. A winter with mittens as big as bare paws. She came out from the blinds more often. All the time before she lost them, she would wonder, did his mother, his sister, his auntie cut and hand-stitch those mittens he lost? Did he miss them? She did. Parting the blinds in late March, a wet snow fell. Was the sky weeping because it wanted blue? Ivy got on her gloves and her lined black raincoat. Again, the yellow library card scanned 2 bags full. She heard a bang, then a screeching crash. Startled, she froze. But then she breathed because it was only a man at a computer playing games. His dancing dark eyes caught hers. "It's cold out," he said. "Yes, I'm still numb, chilled to the bone and all that," she said. He laughed and threw himself out of his chair. Hand to heart, "I'm Johnny," he said. "Here, here." He reached another brown hand into a doubled up plastic shopping bag, and an assortment of hats, scarves, mittens tumbled out. "Always carry extras. Come on, lady, take something." He jut out his chin. "Make me happy." When she left the library, the sky was still a wash of gray, but no matter, that afternoon Ivy had an urge to clean her sticky-fingered blinds.